3 months ago, I decided to invest £100 a month into a Monzo stocks and shares ISA, and in this video I'll walk you through how the portfolio has performed. Hopefully this will be useful to those who are curious about Monzo investing, or those who just want to find out what happens when you invest a small amount regularly. If you're new here, I'm Finch, a management consultant by day, and on this channel we like to discuss all things personal finance with a particular focus on how to grow your money through investing. If this sounds good to you, then I greatly appreciate a subscribe. But for this video, let's get into it, and let's start with why I'm investing with Monzo at all. If you're a regular viewer here, you'll know that I have other investment portfolios, with my main one being with InvestEngine, where I have a 55k ISA portfolio and invest 1,500 every month into it. I have that portfolio, but this one with Monzo is different. It achieves a different purpose. I wanted to show a more relatable starting point, and £100 per month is exactly where I was at when I begun my investing journey. This Monzo portfolio is all about showing that even £100 per month can add up to something meaningful over the long term. It's about showing that investing isn't some kind of elite club. It doesn't need to be scary or confusing. And Monzo as a platform is a platform most of us use already, and they make investing super simple and easy. So I've set up this Monzo investment account to run alongside my bigger portfolios. And hopefully I can be some kind of guinea pig, real life guinea pig, where I test out this Monzo investment account, hopefully show the ins and outs of a real life investing journey, and be a reference point to those who've already started their investing journeys. Now we've had enough waffle about me in terms of why I started this journey, let's bring up Monzo's app and show exactly where my investing portfolio stands as of today. Firstly, we need to know what I'm actually investing in. And right now, I've invested in Monzo's Adventurous Fund, which is actually BlackRock's MyMap 7 fund. This is mainly invested in equity and stocks. In fact, it is a 99% equity fund. And this means that this fund is very volatile. It goes up and down a lot. But I was okay with this. I selected this fund as I'm focused on the long term and willing to take some risk. So that's the reason why I chose the Adventurous Fund over the less risky funds available on Monzo's platform. In terms of what I've invested in the fund, we can see with the graph here that so far I've invested £300, with £100 invested in May, £100 in June and £100 in July. And in terms of the balance, my current balance is £317.69. That means I've had a gain of £17.69, which is about 5.89% in percentage terms. And this gain in pound terms and percentage terms is across a 3-month period. I started this portfolio in May 2025. You'll see that Monzo actually says my gains this year are a different number. It says that I'm up by 2.95% this year. But this is because this calculation includes my previous portfolio. And this portfolio I actually transferred across to InvestEngine last year. I transferred it across September last year. So this is the reason why the number here is slightly different to the one I just mentioned. Over the last 3 months, I've started a brand new portfolio with Monzo, and this is what this video is about. And this portfolio is the one which has a 5.89% gain over the past 3 months. And to validate that I'm not just making this number up, we can actually click on the Adventurous Fund row here and see here the 5.89% percentage gain figure. Of course, we shouldn't read too much into the short-term performance of this portfolio, as markets are volatile in the short term, but nonetheless, it's always good to see a portfolio in the green. It's always nice to be up. And for comparison, the best easy access savings accounts right now are around the 5% mark in terms of annual interest rate. And I've beat this equivalent interest rate in just a matter of months. That interest rate we just talked about is an annual rate. That's if I put a lump sum in right now, waited a year, and that's the amount I would get in terms of interest. Whereas with this gain, the 5.89% gain, this is a gain I've got over 3 months, and I haven't put a lump sum in either. I've invested £100 each month. So I'm really happy with how the portfolio's performed. Of course, I've been quite lucky in the period where I started this portfolio, as over the last 3 months, the markets have done really well. Over the last month alone in the US, the S&P 500 is up by 3.49%. And this has had a huge impact in helping me and my portfolio do well, as the Adventurous Fund is heavily exposed to North American equities, So overall, it's been a good few months for this portfolio, but it's worth saying that this journey is not a short-term one. I'm not going to now take money out. This journey with this portfolio is for the long term. I'm not expecting to see big results with this portfolio until the compound effect really comes into play. And this will take time, this will take years, especially as I'm investing a relatively small deposit amount into this portfolio every month. In terms of future plans for this portfolio, I'm going to carry on investing £100 a month into the Adventurous Fund. And I'm going to carry on posting regular updates on this channel in terms of how the portfolio is performing. So if you fancy following along the journey in terms of how this portfolio performs, then I'd greatly appreciate subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.